Are you looking for new music from 2022 that you want to listen to help you get a good feel for music that's coming out within the year? Check out my playlist down in the description below. 2022 is on fire, where I feature my personal favorite tracks from the albums I've listened to throughout the year, whether I've reviewed it already, only written a review, or just listened to it casually. Check it out when you have the time. I'd really appreciate the support, and you might even find a band or an artist that you didn't know previously that might be a new favorite. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Nothing like a full-on hit of nostalgia-riddled music to kick you right in the teeth, huh? Welcome to Ariana Does Music. Before the video gets started, yes, I know I'm still sitting down. Yes, I know I'm still going to be looking at my script. I have an immense backlog and it needs to get taken care of, so these videos are going to be a little more quicker, a little bit on the quick and easy side, just to get the backlog settled, because I have over 100 albums to listen to and review, and the year's not even halfway over. But anyways, like I said, welcome to Ariana Does Music, where today we're taking a look at the newest album from the lads and Billy Talent called Crisis of Faith. Billy Talent is a band that was constantly recommended to me by a girl I was talking to in the past, along with select members of the online music community that I was in, but one that always ended up at the bottom of my need to listen list until I finally looked at one of the singles for this album in a YouTube ad and thought to myself, you know what? Fuck it, this is the best time. And the song in question was End of Me, and let me tell you, boy was I hooked. This song blew me away with its catchiness and relative sameness to the type of music I was listening to at the time, and for that reason, and for the sheer power behind that song itself, I shoved this album into my anticipation list right away and eagerly awaited the album's release date. When the full album dropped, it was nowhere near ready for what the end result was going to be for me. Let's talk about the single that hooked me first, being the Rivers Cuomo supported banger End of Me. This song feels ripped straight out of a movie sequence, something like an American Pie or Freaky Friday, with this youthful energy, vibey guitar, and of course the infectious bass. There's an undeniable type of punk edge to the song as well as others, very much in part thanks to lead vocalist Benjamin, I'm not going to get this last name right, I apologize, Benjamin Kowalowicz, whose name I probably just butchered beyond belief. His voice not only stands as a unique one, but it blends very easily and skillfully with the guest singer, the wheezing Weezer man himself, Rivers. And the way that Ben just croons and stretches out his lines in the introduction lends a great hand to the story being told. This song is all about, and knowing that if they help, they're just going to get burnt on the way in and on the way out. The person is just walking inferno, and trying to put it out or push them towards the water is just going to burn that person. So it's like watching that inferno consume a forest in its wake with no way to truly help or put out the flames. You can really see the symbolism in lines like in the chorus that go as follows. I gotta stop listening to you, I'm gonna get hurt if I do, I'm getting so tired of preaching to the choir, drag me down to a hole so deep, I'm crawling out of my hands and knees. Going from a dangerous person to a song personifying the more dangerous reality of the state of the world we live in, let's jump back in the track list to the song Reckless Paradise. This song tackles a very popular current musical theme of, hey, world's fucked, let's sing about it. And this time around we're seeing singers Ben and Ian Dessa, again I probably fucked that name up, point the finger at every single human instead of significant politicians or world leaders, and they're just basically saying, hey, we've got to do more than saying we're fighting for change. We have to physically take up arms in protest and go through with the action if we want to change or return to human decency at any point. The world is reckless, like a motorcycle in oncoming traffic. We've got to get both hands on the handlebars or else it's going to get more and more fucked before we can even do anything about it. The guitar here is very reminiscent of something off of an album like Rise Against Black Market Album 2, letting it sync up in terms of another song added to an ever-growing pile of shut the fuck up and do something about it songs. This type of track isn't an immediately wasted effort just because of the so many similar ventures, however. This is the type of song that I feel more artists with a sense of the environment we all live in should be creating if they believe in action before change. And recent albums like Trash Boats, Don't You Feel Amazing tackled similar ideas in a positive manner, very much like this. Overall, I think it's great when a band takes their time to make a song, and they're not just saying these hollow words like, hey, we really gotta change things. They put the urgency into the way they deliver the song and the way they're shaping the song and building it around those words. It's not just, it doesn't feel as empty as other songs may. With the references to classic albums from bands like Rise Against, and then the addition of Weezer's Rivers Cuomo, there's a lot to look at with this album in terms of comparison, but what is here to create an individual identity? Just look at the playfully toned, seriously woven song, Hanging Out with All the Wrong People. This song is another track that fits the more than likely unintended, but still noticeable nostalgic mid-2000s vibe that the previous songs have hit on, while also serving as a song that fits perfectly within the album's own individual themes. Amid a fucked up world and self-destructive people, there's also plenty of people just doing their best to kick themselves through life at their own pace, sometimes at the cost of their dignity or place in society. Whether it's doing the highly illegal and fantasized actions within the song's story like robbing banks, or more grounded things like keeping your mouth shut when shady things go down, sometimes you just gotta do things you normally wouldn't to get by. I think the guitar here is notable for the fact that there's really only two things going on, either a back and forth progression, or the solo's momentary switch up into more complicated territory, but that otherwise normal piece of the song fits strongly into the song's straight and blatant storytelling with ease. The lyricism and even the instrumental work could only work together like this on this album, really, from the cadence of Ben and Ian to the groundwork that Jordan Hastings lays in the background. This album definitely has a lot more of the typical hard rock and punk edge drumming that sits comfortably within the general sound, with quick little fills to accept the pickups and momentum. And when Jordan does put some extra energy into things, it pays off on a song like Judge, which sees the band's rougher exterior come out to play. It's not just typical hard rock or almost pop punk sounding vibes here, you do get that more urgent punk vibe. I didn't just bring up Rise Against as a quick comparison, you can see a lot of influence from that band, whether intended or unintended, all throughout the album. The last thing I want to touch on is a Dark Horse song, and one that for sure deserves the label of underrated, this being I Beg to Differ, This Will Get Better. In this review, I've constantly referred to nostalgia and comparisons, and no song better fits that bill than I Beg to Differ, a song that it sounds like it's coming straight out of a summer Warped Tour festival and late night low-key smokeouts with your friends. The person this song is about has been through suffering enough, but over that hill there's a brighter sun, and the age-old adage is strong enough to rely on here. Over time, bad things will fade away to make room for new memories, better vibes, and better feelings. I found myself listening to this specific album the most in my free time outside of pure review writing or video editing in comparison to a lot of the other albums that have come out this year. Of course, not talking about albums like Architect's new album or the new Ice Nine Kills. This is probably in my top 5 albums for the year so far in terms of pure replayability. It ticks off so many boxes in a tight 10 tracks. You get the soft ends of pop punk, the general vibe of hard rock that so many bands look to do so well, and then just punk enough to earn an Anarchy cymbal, singing, and guitar work that gives this album a spot within spaces with bands like Waster or Slaves UK. A solid album overall, and one that makes me want to check out the rest of the band's discography immediately. There's more to these Ontario-based ruffians than just on the surface. For those reasons, Crisis of Faith by Billy Talent gets an 8.2 out of 10. And that's the review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Have you heard these guys before? There's that one album that's got like the lion on the front that I kept singing. I was like, oh, I don't know who that is. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to listen to it, sing it. But now that I know that's Billy Talent, I really gotta check that out as soon as I catch up on the backlog again, because like I said, over 100 albums. So, that was a review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Tell me your favorite Billy Talent song. Tell me what you're listening to lately. Have a good day, stay hydrated, don't drink energy drinks for hydration. I'll see you next time. Bye.